First win of the Super 8s, Duke Yankees. How does that feel?
First of all, I just want to thank the Heavenly Father for giving us this opportunity, and yeah, well done to our boys. I think we showed a bit of character here today. So I just want to thank the supporters that came out here. We really appreciate them, and for the people backing in Grootbrak, we really appreciate it, then, guys. Thank you.
And tell me, that halftime lead, 21 points to nil, how important was it to build that lead with that win at your backs?
Yeah, we just told the guys from the start we have to keep the pressure on them. Let's put some points on the board, and then we take it from there.
Fantastic. So you'll be back, and you'll be in that winning a semi-final, and we want to wish you all the best. Well played today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. That's Duke Yankees, the captain for Grootbrak. They have won their first game in the Saldanha Bay Super 8s, and fantastic performance by them in this wind, very difficult conditions it is. And the next game that we've got is going to be between Helderberg from the Cape
If you've just joined us, we're at the Super 8 Easter Festival. And it's some Super Rugby. We've down game 1 already. And it's from the 28th of March to the 1st of April, where we'll have the Plate and Cup final. And I'm sure there will be so much action in between. A day off tomorrow, and the crowd will be able to really enjoy all the facilities, pristine facilities. A little bit windy today, but tomorrow promises to be much better. They've got some jumping castles, all kinds of activities for the kids and families as they enjoy this holiday. And good to see that some fans have enjoyed that first game between Groot Brak and Barberton. And Groot Brak really dominated the beginning of that game, played some good rugby as well, must be said. Attacking from everywhere. They enjoyed 45% of the game they played in the Barberton half, and 22. And there was your man of the match as well. An incredible performance by the Groot Brak fullback. The final score there was 38 points to 5. Took Barberton quite a while to get back into the game. So much flair in those wide channels. Swinging the ball really nicely, good finishing as well. Not much kicking, of course. You can see by the hair and some of the flags that it is quite windy here in Saldanha. That was the Barberton try. Heavyweights coming to the party, but this is what Groot Brak did so well. Getting the ball into the wide areas, finding those loose forwards, linking up with backline players, and I mean, when a loose forward can finish like that, it is super. So second in the Super A League, beaten by Marties in that final. So two clubs that have been able to bring some decent investment and recruit some really talented rugby players who maybe didn't get the nod at provincial level, but have an opportunity here now with these television games to be able to impress some of the recruiters and some of the coaches in those provincial systems. Markel Albert's our captain here today, but I'm not alone in the commentary box. I'm here with former Springbok Ulsterman, former Sharks player, former Lions player, former Blue Bull, where I got to know you, Warren the bad boy Brosnian. Bros, what a vibe.
Yeah, what a vibe. So good to be here at Saldanha, at the Transnet Stadium, and watching the club action. And this is the heart and soul of South African rugby. You are going to get players that are going to get pulled out of here. They're going to get spotted, and they're going to go into bigger rugby, so to speak. And it's a real opportunity for these two teams. Helderberg Rugby Club, you mentioned it, they lost in the final against Marties last year, but did really well to get to that final. They had Willie Leroux that sent them a little message before they played in that final to get them going. So from the Strand, and you mentioned the wind, and you can see it. It is a real factor in this game today. And then it's the Raiders guys as well, up from Johannesburg. They've come down and been an amazing club in the Johannesburg region, and so much rich history with that side. And you've got a lot of good players that are in this team. I mean, watch out for Tristan Leach. He's played at the highest level at schoolboy rugby went to Paul Russ, and there's a lot of good players in that team. Fudge.
Yeah, Darren Hendricks and Hugie Engelbrecht. Look out for them. Hugie Engelbrecht, an SA tag rugby player, personal trainer, and of course, Darren Hendricks playing SA schools and Sharks under 19, under 20, and under 21 level. So a couple of players who've been through some really good coaches' hands. And the Raiders side here on your screens, Vuisani Sikine will be so important for them. Look out for their captain, who is a very high-tempo rugby player, and Sinofuyo Bali, former UJ player in the Varsity Cup, a world of talent with him as well. You mentioned the wind. I think what that means, Bros, is that we get to get a little bit excited here because not much kicking.
The Raiders will try to use that wind to their advantage.
And we see it early on with that restart. They're well taken by Shane Kennedy. Helderberg right up on the 10 meter, setting up some phases here now. Marshall Duman. Keeping it simple, Helderberg, and making some good ground as well. That's Darren Hendricks just shifting it through the hands, the playmaker. Duman. Erki Lambrecht, one of the youngsters on this side for Helderberg, and now Helderberg just giving the ball a little bit of air, but defense holds strong by the Raiders. Duman to Kennedy, playing with the advantage as well. Helderberg. Duman goes towards the blind. Nice little offload. That great hands, in fact. This is brilliant. Jody Cool in a little bit of space now. Duman, short ball. He's been everywhere, the captain. Or rather, Erki Lamprecht, one of the youngsters, just 20 years old, the Oakdale old boy. This is great. Building of phases. Imagine this is their first possession of the ball as well in this second fixture of the Super 8 Rugby Festival here in Saldanha. Made around 20 meters here, and they're still going forward. This is brilliant. How busy has Shane Kennedy been? Duman. Here comes Lambrecht. Erki. Played for SBA under 18, the number 8. Been invited to the Western Province under 20 squad as well. Helderberg building the phases and swinging the ball beautifully. That's the 15th phase now. And under pressure, that penalty would come.
Well, that is just really good play by Helderberg, showing exactly how to start. They started that phase of 15 or more plays just by keeping that ball short, by hitting it and punching around the fringes, and then developed a little bit of confidence. They got their offloading game going, and that's the way to play into this win. Keep that possession, recycle it, be accurate with your cleanouts. And very good play there by Helderberg.
I mean, you were quite quite an incredible rough open side flanker, Warren Bros. It was actually O'Donoghue, an open side flanker for the Raiders, who gave away that penalty. How do you keep those phases and the pressure coming onto you, but you keep your discipline?
Yeah, discipline's crucial. So he just didn't win the. Unfortunately, he got beaten by ruck speed, fell off his feet, and played the ball. Did Brendan O'Donoghue, but he's going to try and disrupt, which is his role to play in that number 6 jersey.
Undisrupted the line out. Shane Kennedy continues doing good work, and the maul a little bit disjointed. Good little snipe around the edges, just about on the 5 meter. Helderberg now. What a possession this is, what a drive this is. Duman. Erki Lambrecht couldn't hold on to it. A sigh of relief for the Raiders. They'll be looking to clear their lines, but for now, O'Donoghue passes it through their hands, and Mbata unable to hold on to it, so they needed to clear there.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, I mean, you've got to play the conditions, Fudge, you know that, and the minute they got that turnover ball, they needed to hoist that ball up into the air, let the wind take it downtown, downfield, and put pressure back onto the Helderberg rugby team.
Yep, playing with a strong wind behind their backs, the Raiders. And another well-worked line out in these windy conditions. It's Shane Kennedy setting up the maul. Good patience by Liam Compion. His throwing has been spot on. Just inching forward, Helderberg. Here comes Compion. Good hit on him by Nisane. Opposite number, JD Labaskachny takes it into contact.
back. Yeah. Yeah, swear walk here. Just a high tackle, just keep it low. Go.
You've got to keep the tackles low. Taken quickly by Helderberg.
Duman plays it short. The reach is there. I think he might have got it.
Fair hit.
Bench seems to be happy with it, even though we're not seeing too many smiles, maybe a little nervous. The try is given for Helderberg. What a drive that was. Pure dominance, getting over the advantage line really nicely. And Duman with the quick tap. Needed to be better defense here. They're right on him, but he's been really impressive as well. Erki Lambrecht, who gets that first try for Helderberg.
One thing that's been very apparent is the three loose forwards, Lambrecht, Labuschagne, Titus and Kennedy, given a lot of carry to this Helderberg rugby club already.
Darren Hendricks into the wind. Unable to find the accuracy. Power was there. How impressive is Erki Lambrecht.
Well, it's just a really good start to this game from Helderberg, showing all the other sides how to play into that wind. You're allowed to reach out, so he gets tackled, he goes to ground. Once you go to ground, you are allowed to place the ball in any direction, and in that regard, straight towards the touchline for the try.
A little awkward for Helderberg on the restart, but right winger Jody Cool cleans up, and it's ripped nicely as well by Sinovuyo Pali, one of the talents of this Raiders side. Important piece of play to try and regain momentum or get into this game. Spread out wide by Alberts, the scrummy. Alberts again. Heiserman. Ooh, strong carry. John Kubeka.
6
They
yards.
call him the boot. He's the one restarting.
He's got a lot of experience.
Still playing advantage, so I'm not releasing.
Tumani Chia. Alberts feeding the forwards. Similar game plan to Helderberg, just a little bit slower with the ruck ball, and that's why Andy
advantage, high
Heisman is
tackle.
caught behind the advantage line.
Number 8 again, high tackle this time.
Got the advantage for the high tackle. Singi.
No advantage. Captain, you got an option. High tackle here. Yeah. So you got the high tackle advantage here and not rolling away there. Taking this one here.
So it's the high tackle
That's high. Keep it low.
that's been penalised by referee Jeffin Brankis. It's one of the things you can't tackle above the line of the sternum. New law that these players are playing under. An opportunity to go for the 3 points, and straight away they take it.
Yeah, you mentioned John Kubeka, the boot as he's known, can play 10 and 12. He's got some Currie Cup experience as well. The personal trainer from Lavella Secondary School and Greenside High School. He's got the wind right in front of the sticks. Does he have the distance? Yes, he does. Good start from Kubeka.
That's a top kick. We've seen a lot of the kickers missing in the game that was first played. Even when they were kicking with the wind at their backs, you've just got to get it. Don't have to hit it too hard. Just make sure you hit it sweetly and straight. Let the wind do the rest of the job. It's a good response from the Raiders.
Yeah, all from that steal from Bali off the restart. Darren Hendricks for Helderberg. It's low and googly. Nicely done by Gia.
Oh, he loves to carry the ball, big Gia.
Call him Priest, the 30-year-old. Strong carry.
Nkosana has been very involved as well. That's his third or fourth carry.
It's the first out on the ball.
Yeah, and when you're coming at speed like that, bros, you've got to have the support. They need to catch up to you. Otherwise, you're a little bit isolated, and good, strong tackle, so the steal was there.
Yeah, and the big thing is your Kinas, they can't just flop into the tackle. They've got to actually hold their feet. They can't go off their feet and dive in. They'll get penalised, as was the case there. I think we clearly saw the effect of the wind with that kick by Darren Hendricks.
Yeah.
Just keep this space, guys.
Throwing's been very impressive. Speaking of this win by Liam Pompion. Tockel. Pompion. Can't find his lock forward this time. Bali's there to collect at the back.
Okay, now.
Good steal by the Raiders. Now starting to swing it out wide a little bit. O'Donoghue, good hands. Here comes
You're
Kubeka.
offside, number 14, playing advantage. 14, you're offside.
Got the penalty advantage as well. Marcel Alberts, serviceman for Raiders. Captain Courageous, as he's called.
Number 14,
35-year-old.
14 never retrieved, offside. Take a shot. Take a shot. Shot.
So discipline, I think, being the key between the two sides right now. Both of them being able to take full advantage of when they do get a penalty.
The players from Helderberg Rugby Club just slipped offside, didn't go behind the last man's feet. I think that John Kubeka has indicated that he is going to go for the kick from here. That's going to be all of 70 plus meters. It's just incredible. He's known as the boot.
Yeah.
95 kgs, can play in that 10 jersey like you mentioned. And with that wind at his back, he's backing himself to slot over 3 points here for his team.
I think this is actually quite a smart strategy. He gets it far enough, they'll receive a 22 dropout.
100%. Worth a shot, worth a pop.
66.2 meters. If you're a rugby aficionado, let us know if it's a record. The boot looked, well, he definitely almost had the distance there, but direction not on. And he won't be too bothered by that because they'll have an opportunity to attack with some loose play now.
Yeah, you're quite correct, because from the drop kick, it's very difficult to get this ball too far downtown.
Darren Hendricks doesn't get much ground on them. Kubeka, strong in contact, isn't he?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Clean. And 8 hours was at scrum off that time. Nice cold shoulder, JD Labaskachny. Alberts to Hazelman and looking for some space behind. Good positional play to get there. He's got a few numbers on his left now. Playing from deep inside the 22. The boot. Kubeka drops a shoulder. Duman feeds the forwards. Try scorer. Zambrecht.
Time off. Kippo. So, tweede high kicker. So daar gaat het zelf van voor. Weer was het hier over zijn kicker. Zijn team dat is het channel niet. Kom eens kijken het over to play. Je kan een seconde met elkaar. Ja.
The big thing is you've got to be so accurate with your tackle technique nowadays. You've got to be setting your target low. You've got to make sure you flex at the hips, flexed at the knees. And that when you're targeting, you are targeting belly button and below almost. Because otherwise you're going to concede penalty, such as we've just seen now from the Raiders.
Player safety so important. Good hand here by the Raiders. In a little bit of space now is Asitandi Lemkhubata. Strong carry. Met by a very courageous and brave
Easy.
defensive play from the Helderberg outside backs.
Kom eens gaan.
A really good defense there from Helderberg, putting their bodies on the line. They're rapidly advancing winger, so good work. Raiders certainly pulling themselves back into this game, getting some good territory and good field position.
Boomer Ulufsa, his first throw. Big mock, Ashley Sibisi.
It's a knock, eh? Playing knock-on advantage, just a knock.
It's a knock-on as well, so
Knock-on
unfortunate
advantage,
for the
over.
Raiders. Easy exit for Dan Hendricks, but doesn't find touch. Albert Musan.
No, sir.
Slow ball for Albert. Slim Heiserman swings it out wide. Great step, Sikihini.
Take it out.
Heiserman Oh, tries a little bit of flair, doesn't come off, and now on the transition in the counter, here comes, oh, sweet hands. Incredible, it looks like he'll go all the way as well. Jandre Lucas under the post. He was the one who made that big tackle. What a reward.
Brilliant. Brilliant here by Helderberg. You defend, you defend, you defend, and then you get the turnover and you ignite. You fly, you get a good little pass, you get a man like Jandre Lucas who was told to me beforehand he's very quick, one to watch. He proved it here with a lovely little pass. I think it was Linjay Hendricks. Lovely little inside, but little pass, tap on to Jandre Lucas. Absorbed the pressure, they took it, and then they went and got a great score.
I mean, just a minute ago, Bros, he was on the opposite side of the pitch making what was almost a try-saving tackle. There's still a lot of work to be done by Raiders, but now to be switched on the transition play through the hands and then score a try just a minute later, incredible.
A clean pair of heels, good running technique. Absolutely no price of catching him. And that's how quickly the game can change. There was a lot of pressure coming from Raiders. The turnover came and away they went.
Great hands by Bowman and Hendrick. The boot, Kubega. Well collected. He's been really impressive. Hard working, the number 8. Erki Lambrecht. Duman picks out Labaskachny. Duman. They do this so well coming around the corner. That time it was Nivold. Opposite side from Duman, it's Erki Lambrecht in a bit of space. Half cap, puts away. Jody Cool, brilliant hands. No one in front of him. He'll go all the way. Helderberg on fire. Now they're smiling on the bench.
Oh, and they've got good reason to as well. You spoke about the good fold on attack, then the change of direction. In that change of direction came the big number 8, Erki Lambrecht. Ran at the ball, drew in defenders, offloaded to his winger, Jody Cole. This is it here, in space, runs between the two players. Does the right thing here. There's always much more gas on the outside in that number 14 jersey. Pass it to him, get it into his hands, and away races Jody Cole. 2 tries within the space of a minute of each other. Jandre Lucas and then Jody Cole. Raiders got a chat. They've got to pull themselves back into this game.
Hendricks into the wind again. It's a good one. 19 points to Helderberg. That's their 3rd try. Raiders just with the 3 points are in a little bit of
only playing 17
trouble.
minutes now.
There we go. Rugby's all about manipulating space and trying to create space for your runners to run into. And that's precisely what Helderberg did with that set play.
Kubeka, this time it's a low kick. Erki Lambrecht, he is everywhere. At the center of things for Helderberg and doesn't shy away from contact either. Duman goes same side. Great link up this time with Labaskachny. Loose forward pair working really nicely together through the hands. Q and Bowman. Just couldn't hold on to
Everything was
it.
good. He got the ball, but then he lost it forward.
A big pity there for Chomani
Still was
Gia.
fine, he was happy.
He had all rights to go for that ball, the big guy. He's got to get involved in the game, and Kasana's got to get involved in the game. Got to give some carry to their team, some field position, use that wind. Tell you what, at 19
First
points
game,
to
so
3
don't
into
forget
this
to check
wind,
to it, okay? Let's just go.
Helderberg are going to be very happy.
And you mentioned the right thing, Bros, being a loose forward yourself. The loose forwards, Lambrecht and Labaskachny, just really giving them that go forward and making it easy for Hendricks to find his outside backs.
Sit! Keep it standing up.
Always starts up front with the loose forwards.
Should never say that to a tight 5 player, Bros, huh? This is what they love, though, scrummaging.
Okay.
Everyone's been watching the bomb squad and
Just stick with as we discussed it.
A big
Everything
club,
will be fine.
130 kgs on this Lucid side. Scrumming up against Rue Nivot.
Both the 24-year-old
Close.
Tepo Kalayamandimo and Mhlaba,
Bind.
130 kilos and over.
Now there's some
Sit.
weight in that front row.
Steady and keep it up. Again, knee on the ground, number one.
Good technique though by Helderberg in that scrum. Duman with the quick tap. They've got the turnover and here they come. This is
Body
where
weight
they're
support.
dangerous.
Now, Duel falling over.
Donahue doesn't get it right for the second time.
Went off.
Again, Duman increasing the
Finish
tempo.
on.
Can't find Hendricks, but another very skillful
Advantage for
player.
not 10.
Butibal was there. That was a very impressive
No advantage,
offload.
not 10.
So much so that Cole wasn't aware for it. And both the try scorers, Jandre Lucas and Jody Cool, actually linking up quite nicely there.
Yeah, no, there's something special about that, Lucas. You can just see it the way he tried to get that offload through. He managed to thread it through the player. Just wasn't expecting it to come. They're playing the right way in this win, and now and again they're throwing the long pass as well, but they've got to keep those passes short, keep themselves accurate, keep their players running around the corner, being direct with their play. It's the right thing from Helderberg at the moment.
Spot on, Bros. Really is the exact picture the coach would want to see from his players.
Let's go.
Looking good,
Crouch.
even though they don't have a weight advantage
Bye.
sometime. All about technique.
Sit. Keep it steady and up.
Leach and Nivold too well to hold on. Hendricks, short pass. What a line from Lucas. Just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, it was just the layoff pass, just off the hip. The short little pass for Lucas to come running a hard line. Unable to take it. This is a chat. Little hip pass here, just holds it. He would have been in space as well. It would have been an arm tackle at best from John Kubeka.
Let's keep the momentum.
He's so blitz. I think he's gone there if he gets through that half gap. Lucas should have seen them warming up.
Crouch.
Everything, all the passes were sticking.
Bind.
Looked really sharp, and it's showing now.
Sit. Keep it
This
up.
first half.
Keep it steady.
Alberts
Stay on.
needs good scrummaging and gain from the Raiders. Kubeka drives it downfield. And Lucas is there to collect. Decides not to go for the kick. Up and under, not a great option for Helderberg with such a strong win.
He could be in trouble here.
As per previous set. Ah, no, sir. Off you go.
Now the warning had come from the referee, and that was clearly above the line of the shoulders. The players know that they've got to set a target lower.
Time off.
In there he goes, Olofsson. They're wanting it from the sternum and down. And unfortunately for Olofsson, that was from the sternum and above. So the referee had absolutely no choice
Sure.
to give him the yellow card.
Boomer Olofsson, warehouse supervisor into Worskol Randberg. He takes a few moments and some water on the naughty boy's chair.
Scam. They're gonna scam.
To be
They
fair.
need to sacrifice. They're gonna scam.
Referee did give him more than enough warnings. In fact, I think the referee is having a very good first half.
He's doing well as Jeff and Brankis. And it's just a great opportunity, this whole tournament, for these club rugby players to be out, to be playing rugby, to be playing club football like this. It's so good. This tournament held over the next 5 days or so. They'll play 3 games in this time. And it's an equally good opportunity for the refs. Refs such as Jeff and Brankis getting a bit of a run here today. Think of the rich history in all these clubs, from Raiders, Helderberg Rugby Club. It's just fantastic.
I mean, Raiders is 133 years old this year. Speak of the legacy of the
Crouch.
club.
Bind. Sit.
Collapsing, it looked like maybe a bit of distance.
You speak about history. I mean, I think this Helderberg club is one of the oldest clubs in the country.
Okay.
So a rich tradition.
Again.
And based in Strand. What do they call them? The Strand Honda, or the Strand Dogs. then you've got the same with, I mean, the Raiders, what they've done with their journey up in Johannesburg is just simply amazing.
Bye! Sit! Let's keep it.
Good scrum again from Helderberg. They simply are just on top in this fixture against the Raiders. Good cleanup by Duman.
First day having player.
Raiders are able to get up and over Duman and win back the ball.
Yes, so Raiders in that, just got to take it easy. They're way behind the scoreline, 19 points to 3. It's not all done. They must use this win correctly, pump it downtown, get into the corners, get right into the corners. This game now, for the next 15 minutes or so, from a Raiders point of view, everything should be taking place within this area in the 22 of Helderberg. That's what they've got to try and do, and then through that, acquire points.
See there the possession, 65% from Helderberg, and it's again one of the stars of this first half, JD Labaskachny for Helderberg. Look at the offload, he's good. Tristan Leach.
Okay.
What a support line by the Lucid prop. Now just swinging it and expressing themselves. That time it was Conway Pretorius. Duman to Hendricks.
Backline wide, 13 offside.
Scott Lucas on his outside, but Raiders had defensive numbers.
13 wide offside.
Wisani Sikini offside there.
13 wide.
Quick chap. Marshall Duman doesn't let the Raiders have any time to rest. Rooney Vogt. Oh, they're just, yep, they're on fire, Helderberg. A little bit of a scrappy ball now, but cleaned up nicely.
No, you can't do that.
Trying to disrupt that ruck, the Raiders. So Shane Kennedy picks and goes.
9 is the first arriving player.
Yeah, what a steal that is from Marcel Alberts. Old boy from Hoërskool Jeugland. He's in the Blitz box training camp as well. Lion Sevens, UJ Sevens, played in a little bit of Gold Cup.
Yeah, Captain Courageous. Fantastic work from their captain.
Much needed as well, wasn't it, Bros? You'd have to feel if they bleed in any more points without scoring in this first half, it becomes a...
Yeah, it's big trouble. The alarm bells start to ring.
Line is one, Elias.
Leach has been scrummaging very well. He's good in the loose.
The other thing is what we're seeing from Helderberg, they're throwing their players up. They're competing at line-out time. They're getting a couple of turnovers at line-out.
Oh, Beast Torpo with the trick play. Clever from him. Eiserman swings it out wide. So does the boot. Sikini gets it wrong. Was expecting the loop around from Tepanzu, but didn't come off. Albert wide now to Rubata. Albert still feeds. Eiserman, good hands.
Away tackle, no sir.
Contact, Beast Torpo. Towards the right now, Sikini. Huge hit on Eitala. They got the advantage though.
Offside.
Kubega, scrummy.
New advantage, 5, never onside.
Fresh legs, he's been really busy since Boomer Olofse had to come off the pitch. Remember, a front rower must be replaced and another player leaves the pitch. Damien Go, Eithaler. Good defense from Lambrecht. Sikini in a bit of space. Much better from the Raiders now, building the phases.
Arno, was it 2 advantage offside? 13 Hasso in 5 die kant. Kesse. Kesse.
Yeah, it's good continuity that we see from the Raiders, and that's commendable. We've also got to factor in the conditions and say, hey, look, we've got a gale force wind blowing at your backs. You're trying to play from deep within your own half. You're using up burning a lot of matches, using up a lot of energy. Yes, you're making Helderberg tackle, but pump it downtown, get it downfield, get it on the angle. Let's play down there. You've got to put that strategy. They get the penalty, they're down there now. But in order to earn that, they used a lot of energy to get there. So you've got to question, are they using this wind correctly with the wind at their backs at the moment?
Yeah, good point, Bros. Tall ball. Can't find Tall Bali. All the way back into their half. Tepanzu. Now, nice fend.
Out now.
Good reaction to recycle as well. Here comes Kubeka. It's a useful carry. Eisenman still at scrummy. Short pass, Bali. Albert,
Advantage Black.
$8.
Black never onside again, Elise.
Starting to throw the ball around a little bit now. Byron $8 to Slim Heisman.
Playing advantage for 5 offside again.
Got the advantage again, the Raiders. It's the boot at scrummy, Sikini. Turn of pace. Defense has been really impressive by the Raiders.
No advantage. Keppel. So at multiple penalties for offside. You were part of the last 2, non-negotiable. That's ill discipline.
Oh, it's the captain, Conway Pretorius. He's shown great work rate, but unfortunately right now he's going to have to sit on the sideline for 10 minutes. Yellow card. It's a team penalty. Consecutive and too many penalties being conceded by Helderberg. So we've got 2 players sitting in the little naughty chair. One from the Raiders, with a couple of minutes to go, and the Helderberg player.
Considering they were a player down, actually, really good stands of play this from the Raiders.
Okay.
Crucial, they go and get points now.
As well to bring it back towards his side.
Knock.
The Raiders lock. It was CB, but
Okay,
again,
away.
not clinical enough.
Knock on advantage is
Raiders have
over
lost the
now.
ball. Helderberg through Duman. Nice little inside line, but well read.
It's loose.
It was Jody Cool. O'Donoghue gets that turnover. Pick and go. Kalayama Dimo.
No, sir. Backwards.
$8 can't hold on. But Debanzu is there. An aggressive runner.
Roll, tackler.
Gets them over the advantage line. Albert to Slum. Heiserman. Ooh, the boot was through. Sikin is there though as well. This is a very good by the Raiders now. Albert to the heavyweights, Mhlaba. Kosi Vumile Mhlaba.
Stay.
Same side, Alberts. Now it's Brendan O'Donoghue. Can't hold on.
Real pity there for the Raiders. Gets a clap. It was a good build-up. Unfortunately, Brendan O'Donoghue just led with that ball into contact. Got dislodged. This is a chap. Comes in, that ball's right in the front there. Needs to pull that ball back, try protect it. The good tackle from Shane Kennedy, who's been one of the standout players for Helderberg. He's really put his hand up there on the tackle. We've seen him carry the ball. Former Northwood pupil from KwaZulu-Natal. Really getting it around the field, Shane Kennedy.
Yeah, great commitment. Isn't he just putting his body on the line? The Sharks under 19 played there as well. 27-year-old Shane Kennedy. He's a teacher. Buma Ulufse back on the pitch. Raiders have 15 players now. They'll have a player extra for around about 7 more minutes. Would pretty much equal the rest of this first half. So can they take advantage? Still unable to score any points. They did have a man down and they look good. We need to be strong on defense.
Couch. Bind. Set. Keep it up.
Penalty again. Helderberg have looked good with their set piece. The scrum and the line out clicking nicely.
Yeah.
Does find touch,
Get it out there,
Dan Hendricks, but
to stay up.
not much distance.
Now let's open up.
Helderberg have been able to advance the ball through their good play, interpassing skills and continuity.
Let's go, fight.
Throw jump, and Shane Kennedy gets a big paw on it, but it's a knock on. First knock on from Helderberg. So Raiders with a good opportunity here now, Bros.
A really good field position, especially with wind at the back. You're seeing Kasana there.
Just keep it up, eh?
The knock on first of all from Helderberg
just
there,
okay.
and then
Don't
knock on
pull out.
came from Kasana as he tried to collect that ball. He's been a real live wire. As in Kasana,
Cut.
former Pole Boys High,
Bite!
known as Vintont.
Sit! Keep it.
He runs like a Vintont, let's be honest, in the wind.
No,
Keen to carry the ball up, isn't he? The big onside flanker.
Gwekazi Musane does well to win inside the scrum.
But they've got to score from here, Fudge. You just feel they've got
Cut.
to get 5 points.
Cut!
Klabert going to
Bye!
ground.
Saba,
Sit!
known as the
Keep it up.
bulldozer, needs to be strong now. Yeah, did well. Wasn't much in it between himself and Tristan Leach, T-Boy Leach. But I think the bulldozer showed the referee the exact picture he needed to see. Didn't look like he was in the best body position, but he was always trying to pull up
That was his
and
side,
forward.
Bigger shot.
Oh well, they're going to take the 3 points. You thought they would have kicked into the corner, back their drive and try and go get a score. They're going to take 3 through John Quebeca.
Yeah, on the line.
That's interesting. Is that the right call?
When you 16 points down and you got the wind behind you, and you're going to be playing into that wind in the second half. It's a tough call to make, but 3 points he wants. So let's see, gets the 3 points, and they start working their way back into this game.
The boot, Kubeka. Drives that boot through the ball. It was a hit really hard, nice and direct. The wind did help a little bit as well. So able to get up to 6 points now, trailing by 13 with 3.5 minutes left of the first half. They are up a man.
And that man, that could have been pivotal, especially in that forward pack if you're going for a drive.
So true. Conway Pretorius, number 5 lock for Helderberg, still off the pitch. Collected nicely.
Uit
Slim.
14!
Heiserman.
14! Backwards!
Awkward for Kubega. Good pressure as well. Applied by Liam Compion. Awkward for Siking. And he's under all kinds of pressure. Shane Kennedy again. Assisted by Jody Cool. Somehow Raiders have still got control of the ball, and it's well Gwekazi Musane who clears. Trouble here now. Duman gives it to try scorer Erhard Lambrecht.
Away 6!
He's playing to the 22. Hendricks swings out wide. They're so good with their hands. Booty Bao is good and on their feet. The coaches, they know
Where the forward pass is.
it was on.
It just had to go to hand, almost rushed that last
Last
pass.
pass was forward.
They'd worked the space, they'd done the quick recycle, created the space for the wingers to exploit it. Unfortunately, ball could not go to hand.
Kieran Baumann.
He's shown some good hands. Just a pity about that last one.
Not for the Raiders. The Raiders will feel
Cut!
they've got to get out
Bye.
of jail. Free opportunity here
Sit!
now.
Keep it up now, keep it up.
But haven't been too well organized with their exits. Pick and go. Tumani Gia. Priest, the vice captain. It's a strong carry, but well done. Kurt Titus with that rip. They call him Cannibal. Mentioned all the nicknames from these Strand players. From JS Kenjana and Etujwa. Doing his honors in accounting, chartered accountant. Quite an academic player. Vice
Clutch.
captain Gia.
Bite! Sit! Keep it standing up. Steady up.
Duman feeds. Huge shove by the Raiders. What a scrum that was. Needed as well. With just a minute left of this first half. And it looked like Alberts wanted to take it quickly, but just had a moment, relaxed, realized how far he was in his own half.
Yeah, and you know, it's just small little moments like this where you start to dominate. Oh, absolutely folded the tight head for Helderberg. Once you get those moments, it can just get the wheel going. It can get that wheel turning. It can get the momentum going. It can get the confidence going. Very important moment just before halftime.
Line is middle. Line.
Boomer, Olufse, they keep it simple to the front. Well worked. Sibi, Musane, Heiserman. Now Brendan O'Donoghue. Well, it's a little bit of confusion between Alberts and the brute Kubeka there, but Kubeka puts his head down.
Okay.
Draws in a few extra Helderberg defenders. Remember, they are down a man, so the Raiders will look like they have an overlap, which they do on the right-hand side. Needs to be quick ball. Well worked, Heiserman, short ball. 8 Halle. Read nicely, another short pass, Musane this time. Alberts playing with some high tempo. He's got 8 Halle on his outside. Huge carry, getting rid of Lucas.
No.
Siking sets up the phase. Now comes Bali. Alberts, Kubeka. 8 Halle.
8 black.
Oh,
Number 8 black. Never onside.
Jody Cool.
Never onside.
Lumpruck's the man that's been penalised. Just for not folding behind that last man's feet.
Taking a shot.
So an entire minute over the halftime hooter. Raiders working themselves up towards that Heidelberg try line. And they already took 3 points from a very similar position, a bit further back. But John Kubega will be backing himself to get another 3 here now. A last movement, enjoying the wind behind his back. Needs to make it count. Bring them within 10 points. The boot, Kubega. Just drifts towards the left. Can't read it correctly this time, so they'll be denied, and they'll be very happy with that first half. One of the stars, that youngster, 20-year-old Erki Lambrecht from Oakdale. And also JD Labaskachny was brilliant for Helderberg, but pretty much all players from 1 to 15 doing their job and making sure they scored points when they did have the opportunities. Raiders, a few too many unforced errors in that first half. And stay with us. It is the Super 8 tournament here at the Transnet Saldanha Stadium.
Pitch side here with Maxwell Moss, a patron of the Saldanha Rugby Club, was there right from the beginning. Maxwell, how proud are you of Saldanha, the community, and this tournament that's being run at the moment here at the stadium?
I'm extremely proud of Saldanha Bay. We started this tournament 5 years ago, and it has become such an institution over the Easter weekend. We are very proud, obviously, of SuperSport, who from the outset played a very big role. One of our big sponsors in terms of the publicity and everything that we have, everything rugby. We are very proud of this opportunity.
Rugby is at the very heart and soul of this community here on the West Coast. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, what rugby has done for the community here in the West Coast.
Rugby has been the biggest organized sport here for some time. In the schools, primary schools, high schools, the rugby clubs around here. We are part of Boland, which is the biggest union in South Africa. Saldanha Bay Rugby Club has been the champions of Boland for the last 5 years, except for last year. We lost our championship. We have won this tournament twice already. We have lost it twice also. This is the fifth occasion.
What does this tournament hold for the future of rugby in this area? How important is it for the development pathway for future players?
For the school, there's big offsets that we have in the primary schools, in the high schools. For the players, there are lots of opportunities. We have a couple of players who have made it to the sevens, to the franchises. We have another player from us who played last week in our local league and is now playing for the Pumas.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much, Maxwell. We appreciate the amazing job that you are doing and what you're doing here for the community. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, thank you.
And we're going to go back to the rugby and
We're at the Transnet Saldanha Stadium. It's the Saldanha Super 8 Easter Festival, and at halftime, Helderberg with those 3 tries lead over the Raiders, 19 points to 6. Raiders now playing into the wind. What will they have up their sleeve? Unable to take the final 3 points in that first half. The boot did convert twice, but couldn't just on the hooter at halftime.
Let's go.
It's been all about Helderberg, a substitute on the pitch as well. Stuart Jacobs is on. They've got the win behind their backs. Helderberg allowed to bounce by Raiders, and an awkward kick to Panzo. Oh, that's brilliant work though. Brilliant work that. Asitandile Mrubata, they call him Tyson.
Backwards.
But
It's backwards now.
hands on the ground, so quick tap. Seeking
He's on.
Bali, strong into contact.
Now
Tries to
that's
get
on street.
Quick ball for Albert. Slim Heiserman just about puts Eidale through a half gap, but the commitment, putting their bodies on the line, these Helderberg players. This was really nice, well-timed pass, but take a look at the reaction and adjustment there from Jody Cool.
Let's just go back to the basics, guys. 3 calls, 3 excellent stability, and then we have a contest, okay?
Yeah, what an awesome interview that was, Bros
Crouch!
with Maxwell Moss.
Fight!
Just a legacy
Set!
person, so passionate about the
Keep it,
game,
keep
and
it up,
isn't that just contagious?
Well, just having a chat to him off camera. I mean, he's been involved since it was the Saldanha Marines right back in what was the 70s, 80s, and it's just the rich tradition that's involved with club rugby, and may it never be lost to South African rugby. It's a valuable asset, and it's something we've always got to nurture.
Spot on. Here comes Helderberg, still looking good. Silky smooth hands. It's Booty Bao. Can't hold on.
So, Fudge, the big question here, I mean, we've seen how well Helderberg played in that first half, into the wind, played the conditions absolutely perfectly. It's probably, and you wonder if Raiders have gone to school and looked and seen how they did it. The big question, can the Raiders pull themselves in the second half? They've got the quality, they've got to have the belief, and they've got to execute to be able to do it. They've got some good ball carriers, Gia, Nkasani, O'Donoghue, Sibisi, Bali. They've all got to start carrying that ball.
Well, you heard it from the bad boy, Warren Brosnan. Loose balls need to get in the game. Still down a player, and he's just rejoined here now. Captain Conway Pretorius, as Helderberg look to set up that maul. Good take from JD Labuskachny at the front. This is good initial defense as well on the Raiders, just holding on to the ball carrier. Duman digs nicely. Still have the ball, Helderberg. Here comes Cannibal, Titus. Booty Bowman still struggling with his hands. They were so good the first time he touched it, and since then it's just not working out for Cohen Bowman.
Well, it is difficult. It's a difficult thing sometimes playing in that wind. That wind is rustling in your ears. It disorientates you. And when the pass is coming from far, and you're looking at the defense, and you shouldn't be looking at the defense, you're watching the ball. But you can't help your eyes being lifted up to look at that defense that's trying to advance and smash you backwards. You've got to have the concentration, and that's where it's important to keep those passes short and sweet and soft and sympathetic as well.
Yep. I think I agree with you there, Bros. Adjusting from having the wind pushing into you and then having it behind you. Definitely.
And it's almost drifting away from you, that ball.
Yep.
And it is blowing. Just been down pitch side, I felt it, and it's you can see the hair of it. Not much hair on that head, but the hair that is there moving furiously.
Set. Let's keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, steady.
Raiders. Hasn't been easy with their scrums.
I just need stability before we contest, okay? Just get stability.
Jeff and Branky's the referee. The real contest was breaking out there. Breaking the bind.
Crouch! Bye! Sit! Let's just keep it up, keep it steady, gents. Feet 9.
Big T and Bulldoze on the far side does so well. Nkosi Vumile Mhlaba for the Raiders, who've taken it quickly. Here comes the boot, Kubega. He's carried very strongly for the Raiders.
Yeah, slight little knock-on going into contact from Kubeka. In the tackle fight, in comes the hooker Compion, strips the ball out and gets the little knock-on from Quebecer.
Okay. And the penalty was against you. So it's coming in that one. Number 3.
Chatting to Tristan Leach.
Where's number 3? Number 3? Now number 3. Yes, sir. So just on your outside, just keep it square, okay? And as soon as we square, we'll have fair contest, okay? Penalty for that one was because he came in. So I do believe if we keep it square, we'll have fair contest, okay?
And there's the manager, Hilton Oor. He's actually a former player as well for Raiders. We speak about the legacy and that intellectual property feeding into the players and
So let's just keep
keeping
it square,
that
gentlemen.
culture and tradition.
Great to see Hilton involved as manager. Loves his role there at, well, with the Raiders club.
Temporary replacement.
Still a bit of attention to the schnoz.
It has been a fiercely contested game, and it looks like it's about to get a little more fiercer now. A player with an incredible Viking-like beard and look about him.
Crouch! Bind! Sit! Keep it square and straight. Keep it up.
Nico Besson.
Use it.
Huge scrum. They do have the
That's
upper hand
another.
now.
We spoke about that scrum just before halftime. We see it again now. When they sit, when they get themselves straight, they've got some big power. You spoke about the 130 kg props that they have in that front row. And then you got Boomer Ulfse sandwiched in between them.
I mean, it's Bulldozer, Boomer, and Big T.
That's it. That's it. And that's the effect. That's what happens when you got Big T, Boomer. And what's the other one? Bulldozer.
Yep. Yeah, demolishing that Helderberg scrum. They're starting to really struggle now, Helderberg, and you'd hope that the Raiders can feel that they've got the upper hand and they need to really just push down.
A big thing for the Raiders, they've got to go find the try line because they haven't troubled the try line in this game thus far.
Domination continues from Bulldozer and Saba on that far side, and they've got the advantage. Decision time. Now, they did choose to go to take the points in the first half with the wind behind their back. They even attempted a 66.2 meter.
They've seen the scrum as a weapon at the moment. They've seen dominance. They're sensing they've got the upper hand on this Helderberg 8. Couple of replacements coming on. Tobo coming in jersey 16. We've got Mitch Kluter in jersey 19. Big, tall Mitch Kluter. And a couple others as well.
Boomer Ulfse, good scrummaging, decent in the line-out, but had a short day at the office, having been sin-binned. Beat Tobo looked really good. The replacement hooker when he did come on for that yellow card.
Baba, I think, broke his behind. His hips went right out. He almost went 90 degrees to the horizontal on that loose head for the Raiders. That's the penalty from referee Brankes. You've played in that tight five and you have such dominance at scrum time, and then you concede a penalty like that. Probably someone not binding and not holding the bind.
I think it's so important to communicate, isn't it, Bros, at scrum time. Remind the props, focus in here, don't lose your technique. We've got them with power. To the front, it was a good throw, should have taken it, Captain Conway Pretorius, but the Raiders swing it through the hands now. Kubeka with the boot.
Here we go.
Taken quickly by Helderberg. This is smart from them as well. A little bit scrappy, good pickup. It's Cannibal Titus, he's over the line. I think he's got it down there. Mitch Kluti, incredible
Centimeters.
defense. Yep. There it is.
You've got to think that that's a try.
No, we're not going for 50-50s. No, we're not going for 50-50s.
Tristan Leach was over.
No.
There's no TMO. So we can't go up there to go and have a look. We got a whole
Can't go with 50-50s.
herd of Helderbergs coming on.
Here come the troops. A couple of them in that front row. No surprises there, bros.
Grunewald, Dorfling, Bender, Carl Bender in jersey 19, 1m95. And this is the strategy the coaches have got to apply. These players have got to play 3 games, 5 days. You've got to rotate your squads. You've got to get your players in. You can't push your players too hard in the first, second game and they blow out later on. Got to manage your squad.
And even though they've only got a lead of 13 points, making
Cut!
those substitutes and smart from the coaches.
Right.
JD Labaskachny was really good
Set.
coming off as
Keep
well.
it up, steady.
You can see Shane,
Stay
rather
line.
Conway Pretorius moving to flank. Pick and go now.
No, support your own body weight.
Defense is desperate. Duman digs. There's the knock on. Unable to hold on to it. Fresh legs. Jürgen Dorfling.
There's no advantage.
They speak about those sympathetic passes, which is what is required in that situation. A try line about 5 meters away. Forward is trying to rush onto it. Should have taken it.
Able to continue.
Trying to find a reason for him. Tight forward.
It was better now, eh? Yeah.
White line fever, unfortunately. I mean, he's been watching a really good game from Helderberg from the touch lines. You mentioned how he must have been licking his lips in eagerness to get and be part of the action. Almost getting himself a try there, but like the words from referee
Cut!
Brankis, we're not going to call any 50-50s here.
Bang!
Let's come back and go to work.
No, let's get up. Nothing yet. Yeah, just keep it square, and we'll have a fair contest. Yeah.
Tough field position now to exit here for the Raiders, playing into this win, but they've done
Cut!
well in this second half.
Bang! Set.
T-Boy
Just keep
Leach
it up now,
still on the
gentlemen,
pitch
feet
in
nine.
that Helderberg front row. He goes up against Big T. Pick and go from vice captain Tumani
Back
Gia.
out, release.
Trying to set up the exit. Eithaler. And now it's James Bester
No, sir. Now you're
Risky
not
stuff.
supporting your body weight.
by the Raiders. Alberts controls. Sikking has to exit the outside center, and it's a tough one because it's into the wind. So maybe that's what they were trying to do, is get a little bit of meterage.
Well, the big thing, if you want to get that meterage, you've got to dominate the collision, and they weren't dominating collision, unfortunately. Taking it in a flat-footed position, always going to be hard to dominate the collision. You need to try and explode into it.
Bankis Groenewald tries to get it to Kyle Bender, but again, good contest at the front of that line, are making it quite difficult. In these conditions, you just need a hand in there to distract you a little bit. It's so tough to take it cleanly.
It hasn't been as assertive in this second half, this effort from the Helderberg. There have been a few mistakes, a few errors that have crept in. They've got that wind at their backs. They were so good in that first half, and this should give a little glimmer of hope for the Raiders. They should say, hey, we can sense something here, we can spot something. They're not quite getting their throws, they're not quite making their passes. Come, let's start attacking. You've got to use these moments to try pull yourself back into the game.
See the handling
Sit,
errors
keep it
stat
steady.
coming up there as well, increasing significantly for Helderberg in the second half.
Ball is available.
Stable scrum. Ball is available for Alberts. It's well played by Priest Gia. Sikking, skip pass. It's a good one. Now Rubata, Tyson Rubata with a bit of space.
Out.
Good run. Quick ball for Alberts as well. Nico Basson. Playing with a bit of tempo here now. Alberts, the wider pass, allows the defense to just get off the line. Makes it difficult for Beast Gopo. Through the gap though now. Now they're moving. Just couldn't pass it, Adrian Karlsson. Handling woes continue for the Raiders in the second half, but Kubeka still wants to put in that cold shoulder. Misses his opposite number. The bus is full. Lynn J. Hendricks, the Rock. Turnover, Raiders. Game is starting to open up nicely now. Niku Basson.
The ebb and flow of the game at the moment, side to side.
Away!
Raiders starting to feel like they got a good chance here. Helderberg looked a little bit tired with ball in hand. Nice little kick. Nice and low, especially in the wind, but Duman does well. And that's a clever piece of play. Finds some grass, makes it difficult for Eithala, was out of position. And the Raiders now need to swing it away from trouble. Siking goes back towards Eithala. That's well worked. Nice little pass as well.
No advantage. Number 19. 19. That's just the same trend over and over again. But I take a 19.
So he's been blown for repeated infringements. He's only just come onto the field as Carl Bender. Fortunately, he's got to wear the yellow card.
Yeah, 30-year-old production manager. Not getting it right
No,
there.
tackler! I see it, I see it.
Raiders still have it and they're looking to continue running at Helderberg. Bulldozer.
No.
Kosi Vumile Mhlaba with a strong carry. Kubega now to Ngwekazi Nusani. Slow ball for Alberts. It's a turnover for Helderberg.
So, now if you're arriving, you don't need toilet.
Kurt Titus, the man in that number 6 jersey. Cannibal Titus competing on the ground, winning the penalty for Helderberg.
Yeah, Cannibal's been really useful for Helderberg in the second half. I mean, that stat is scary. 22 set-piece turnovers in the game.
5.
Helderberg conceding more of those. It's 12 to the 10 of Raiders. That commitment is just really good from Buti Baumann. Nice low tackle, allowing other players to get in over the ball. Good defense.
Walking slowly to the line out to Helderberg.
There's the screams come. Must be from Saldanha Rugby Football Club or one of the local teams. They love supporting their local teams. There's some families who'll be out to support family members. And the Raiders still looking to throw the ball around. Pass is just not sticking, but wow, that's some incredible support. What a roar from the crowd. Here comes Kubeka. Meets a brick wall.
Well, there's a big game coming up after this. It's Veltrup against Safkol. Some of the local teams. Veltrup only 25 minutes or so away. Safkol as well, champions of the Buoland League. They've got great support. Small little knock-on creeps in there from the Raiders. Just been unable to use the advantages that they've been given.
Yeah, you can see a couple of the substitutes have come on as well, but that's the Safis side. I mean, you know, Brosnan, from the interview you did with Maxwell Moss, the passion that they have for rugby out here. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. Coming up next.
Yeah, you've got Veltrup against Safkol. After that, you got the home team, Saldanha, up against Gardens. Gardens from Uitenhage, or Uitenhage.
Duman.
Again, those little mistakes that they're making. You didn't see that in the first half.
Substitutes have also come onto the pitch for the Raiders now. A new look front row. It was really a fantastic outing by Bulldozer, Boomer and Big T. who forced a lot of those set-piece turnovers we had a look at. Helderberg down a man with Kyle Bender off the pitch.
Crouch!
So Munich front row, Topo, Tando Nkosi and
Set.
Big D Malchas.
Keep it steady now.
Has gone back there for Albert. Scott also swings it through the hands to Rubata. And I think that's been pretty much the story of this evening for
Well, I think
Raiders.
we've got what's the one thing we haven't spoken about. We've spoken about some of the good continuity we saw first half from Helderberg. We've spoken about Raiders trying to pull themselves in, but the defensive qualities of this Raiders side have been really good. They've held their spaces. They've been very well connected. They've communicated, and again they've managed to shut out the would-be attack there from the Raiders. Just picked up that they've got their consultant defensive coach happens to be Brendan Fenter, so he knows a thing or two about defence. He's probably watching on TV somewhere. It looks like your side's doing a good job, Brendan.
No, sure are. Been very tightly contested here in the second half. No points scored by either side, and we've already had 22 minutes on the board. There's Big D.
Big D Malchas.
Just gone up
140
against.
kgs.
Yep. Just gone up against 138 kg kilo in Kalaamudimo, Big T. And on comes Dylan Malchas. Big D, 140 kilos.
And just stick to what we discussed, okay?
Were you ever intimidated by some big players coming off the bench, bro?
Nah, just something to actually motivate you. Unless it was Joe Loma, he was another freak.
Crouch.
But you always want to measure yourself against the big boys. You want to try and see if you can keep with them. And in South Africa, there's no shortage of those. You know about that. Playing lock with Donnie Rousseau, Bucky's Buerta, Theo Grenier. The list goes on.
Bad boy fears no one. Bros.
Set! Let's keep it steady now. Keep it steady.
See if Helderberg will be as inspired. It's number 17, Cameron Miller, going up against Big D. Duman has been really good for Helderberg. Keeping it tight. Helderberg now.
Stay.
Duman to his captain, Conway Pretorius.
No.
Same side, they go. Heavyweights, there's Miller. Duman. Lambrecht.
Elisa
Trying
White.
to get to ground.
That's the try line in the
Advantage
background.
White, you're off your feet, but you're playing the ball.
Slowly inching there.
That's double movement. When you go back here, because you never moved, okay? You should move.
Jurgen Dorfling.
Can't play on the ground, eh?
It was a clear double movement.
The health and safety consultant, Kapi. Go again though, Helderberg. Can they get the first points of the second half? Double movement again, penalty. Brenkis just doesn't want to see that.
Whistle has gone, that's double movement.
Tap and go. Raiders right up on their touchline. It's Colin Benjamin.
Okay, Black, now you're out.
Made valuable meters. Remember, they're playing into a ferocious wind. Kicking must be their last option.
I see you. Fine, thanks.
They're just unable to break that defensive line at the moment, Raiders. They're playing a little bit of one-out rugby, just trying to quiet it up, trying to use their physicality, but starting from a flat point is always going to be difficult, or flat-footed point.
Called a short line out there now. A little bit of deception. Pretorius goes to the front. Good pressure there as well from Mitchell Kluter, but yep, it was enough.
Now you know how important it is to always compete at line-out time, not just give your opposition the ball.
Yep.
Get up in the air, put a doubt in the hooker's mind when he's throwing that ball.
Not steady as we want.
Be in his face, be visible. be talkative.
I've always said it's like a reward to the props. You know, I'm going to make sure you don't have to maul right now. I'm going to get up, just chuck me into the air. It doesn't matter if it's going to the front. Let me try and work. Let me try and disrupt. We might get the knock on. And then the prop forwards get to do what they love. Scrum.
Bind! Sit! Let's keep it steady. Let's keep it steady.
Benjamin feeds. Doesn't have the shoulder he wants, but it's come back for him nicely. Kubeka now around the corner comes
Okay.
Karelse.
Let's take it back.
Helderberg's defense has been fantastic. Still no tries for Raiders. And 14 minutes on the clock. Benjamin.
Okay, now, sir. I see you. Taken back.
Benjamin to Karelse. It's an awkward pass that to Nusane and picked up by Kool.
We don't have advantage.
Now you mentioned it in your commentary there, Fudge. That was just a defensive play from Helderberg. They held their shape. They had their spacing was perfect. They advanced, and the attack from Raiders really went nowhere. They never got across the advantage line. You had the defence coming up, swarming up, eventually forced the knock on. So just good defensive pattern and organisation here from Helderberg at the moment, just keeping this Raiders side deep in their own 22. They're unable to get out. They can't use the wind. They're almost landlocked in their own little territory here, and they can't exit.
It's well put, Bros, and Ngwekazi Nusane. Windord. Power boy is high, old boy, getting a little bit of treatment. Helderberg, 12 visits to the opponent's 22, scored 19 points, just 6 for the Raiders. And it's testament to what you just explained, Bros, that incredible defense.
Well, I mean, it says, 12 entries into the 22, but what it doesn't say is how much time in those 12 entries they spent in the 22, because they might have only been in the 22 twice in the second half, but they've literally camped there the whole time. So it's been a large portion of time that has been spent in that 22 of the Raiders at the moment, and they're unable to get themselves out of it.
Yeah, playing with heart, the Raiders, proud of that jersey. And why wouldn't you be? Well known all around the world, Raiders.
Bind.
Got some incredible African connections we'll speak about when we get the opportunity. Right now it's about Helderberg, Duman feeding that scrum, that secondary shove, huge from the Raiders. It's an important turnover. Nusane has made a mess of it.
It's a big pity for the Raiders, and I tell you, all their supporters watching on the telly up in Gauteng, we're so disappointed. But I guess it's the desperation that's there at the moment, because with that wind playing into the teeth of it, they can't really kick it. It's not going to go very far. They want to try to speed the game up, and then just inaccurate with that play.
It's like panicking in quicksand.
That's it. That's it.
The Raiders, great to see that they still want to play. They're still in this game, giving it everything. Helderberg will have another bite at the cherry here. They've split their backline as well.
Keep it steady. Keep it steady.
With Stuart Jacobs linking up with Quinn Visser on the left. Just holding on. Conway Pretorius, the captain, gets it out. They come towards the side of Visser. Right up to the 5 meter now. Duman with good hands. This is to the captain. Brilliant, Pretorius.
Brilliant. It's taken all of nearly 30 minutes in the second half for the first points of the second half to be scored. It's been scored courtesy of their captain, Conway Pretorius, out on the wing. Lovely hands there from Stuart Jacobs. He got on the outside of the defence from Jean Kubeka. Did their second row forward, Conway Pretorius. He's also played in that number 8 position. Comfortable playing in the loose forwards is Conway Pretorius, their captain.
Showed that Currie Cup experience that he has, Pretorius, in that scrum. They were moving backwards, but he was able to just shift it to Duman. First attempt for Stuart Jacobs, 29-year-old, Strand High School. Also played provincially at under 19 and under 21 level, the teacher. What a challenging kick this one will be. That is why the wind is so strong. You're going to need to have an assistant. It's Lucas, try scorer. And taken quickly there.
Okay, you leave that for me. You
Needed
leave
to
that
go
for me.
further towards the right and allow the wind to just curl it in.
Just keep it there.
Not converted, they lead now by 19 points.
You just feel it's an important score though in the context of this game. Lovely hands from Jacobs. Gets on the outside as the man who's spent a bit of time playing for the Griquas, Conway Pretorius.
Kubeka uses the wind nicely with that restart and left boot of his. Helderberg have got it back. Duman to Lambrecht. He's been so good, Lambrecht. I can't believe he's just 20 years old.
He's got a good future.
Raiders still fighting in this game as Helderberg swing it through a few forward hands. Duman. Lucas joins the line. Who wants to play some rugby? Conway Pretorius now. Fantastic offload to Stuart Jacobs. Back to Conway Pretorius. He's going to get a brace. Wow. What a try from inside their own half, Helderberg.
Superb. You can see the running skills of Conway Pretorius, and I'm sure we're going to see it in the replay. The angle of the initial run that he had that outside in line. It drew in defenders, it sucked the defense in, got the pass outside and then trailed. So it was the line before that, it was brilliant by him. Passed outside, stayed inside. Once you've passed, your job is not over. You continue supporting on the inside is precisely what he did. Got the ball, got the score. We had no score in the second half. We've had two now within the space of a minute 53.
They found their mojo, Helderberg. Very entertaining when they do. Stuart Jacobs have a bit more time for this conversion. Gives it a nice swing as well. Bends it beautifully through the post to convert Captain Pretorius' second try.
A lovely little inside ball there from Luke Hertz. He knew he just had to run at the man, draw and pass inside, and his captain would have enough gas to get away for that second try of his.
The boot with another good one this time. Conway Pretorius can't hold on to it. The Raiders have got an opportunity. Kubeka can't find Alberts.
No advantage for the original knock. No advantage for the original knock.
Demoralising at the moment for the Raiders. Just feel like they're going nowhere at the moment. You mentioned it, they felt like they were in quicksand. I tell you, the running of that lock forward, Conway Pretorius, made them look like they were stuck in quicksand.
What a game he's had, the captain. Spent a bit of time in the sin bin as well. Naughty Boys chair, you can see in that position that he's used to playing as well there, the blindside flank.
Played in that loose forward position. The coaching staff moved him into the lock just to get, so they could get a couple of those. I mean, their loosies were good. Titus, Laviskachny and Lambrecht. Get them all, give them all a run.
Keep it up, wait for the ball.
Helderberg
Stability.
looking really sharp, strategically and individually.
I think what they have done, I mean, and we can speak about it now, is 5.5 minutes or so to go. I think they've laid a good marker for all the other teams to see where they're at, and we've mentioned the games to come. Veldrift just up the road, 25 k's away, they're against Safkol, and after that it's the home club Saldanha against Gardens, all the way from Uitenhage and Eastern Cape.
Keep it up, keep it steady, keep it up.
Feed and a huge shove this time from Helderberg, but Priest Gia has done so well. Clean things up under pressure. Benjamin for the Raiders, still flat-footed though. Benjamin, and that time it was Adrian Carlson.
Yeah, so a big thing when you look at the game and you try and analyse it, you look at who's moving forward. And it doesn't matter whether you're on attack or defence, but you look at that movement there, the defending team, the team in black, everyone was moving forward. The team in white, they weren't moving forward anyway, they were going backwards. So they, even when they were receiving the ball, both feet flat on the ground. So the initial thing they need to do is they need to be running onto that ball. You can't be receiving that ball flat-footed, and you've got this defense coming at you. You're never going to be able to do it. Player ends up knocking on just like we had in that situation.
5. Sit. Keep it up. Keep it steady.
Scrum unstable. Temper's starting to flare. It looks like Big D. Frustrated. Great to see some of the co-players pulling players back there.
A couple of blankets in the stands. It's chilly with that wind blowing. Jackets are out, blankets are out. And this crowd, this is the opening day of this Saldanha Super 8 Easter Rugby tournament. It's just going to grow as the tournament goes. Saturday, Monday when the finals are played as well. Great to have club rugby action here on the west coast of South Africa.
Yep, they've got some nice warm drinks in those stands as well. Blankets, they don't want to miss it.
Sit. Keep it up.
Duman for Helderberg. It's a good scrum as well. This is great. Actually scrummaging for the penalty. They've got it. Against Big D for pulling out.
It'll be interesting to see the call that they make here, because they've clearly got the victory. Do they take the 3 points, just eat up the clock, or do they pump it into the corner? They want more points.
Teacher Stuart Jacobs maybe would have liked a bit more distance on that one.
Yeah, good body position there from Helderberg. They move it forward. Clear dominance at scrum time.
Bankies Groenewald. Looked like a nice throw. Shane Pretorius couldn't get there.
Double knock. First white, good.
Conway Pretorius, and a couple of the substitutes as well. Just
It's totally unnecessary. It's just frustrations boiling over at the moment.
Guys,
there's Kyle Bender there.
number 4.
No contest
So this is totally unnecessary, guys.
against Helderberg. Would have wanted to take that.
Just leave it, okay?
Just under 2 minutes
Okay, so
left.
first white and then blitz.
Been a tough evening for the Raiders.
Crouch!
Will this be the last battle at scrum time for the game 2 of the Super 8 Saldanha Easter Festival? Another huge scrummage here from Helderberg, and Lambrecht showing maturity for a youngster, just keeping the ball in. Duman now knows he has the advantage. Show and go, nice short ball. What a line, Quinn Visser. And now finishing is Stuart Jacobs.
So do you have eyes behind your back? Do you have eyes behind your back, sir?
Stuart Jacobs from Strand High School. Teacher finishes off some beautiful scrummaging, incredible play from Duman. How's that for an offload? Dripping in skill, Stuart Jacobs. And it was Quinn Visser with that offload. The 2 substitutes have been so good. Couple of really decent youngsters in this Helderberg side. Stewart, 29-year-old teacher, converts. 10 seconds left of this fixture. How good was Quinn Visser? Power Boys High, just 22 years old. Great line off of the shoulder of Duman, and then the offload to Stuart Jacobs. Sensational. Nice high restart taken very well by Shane Kennedy. It's been another one of those players put up their hand for Helderberg. keen to play a bit of ruggers here over the buzzer. And seems like it might be just a light that is out now if you're wondering what's happening with the picture. But here comes Lucas, not wondering about anything except for that pass. What a line by the fullback, Jandre Lucas. Scored a try as well. A player from Gordon High School. And, well, Helderberg just too strong. There the lights are. And we're busy trying to sort that out. And that's probably why you're seeing now that there's a little bit dim, but the rest of the lights doing enough of a job for us to be able to follow the action, which is fantastic, and they'll be very happy. Helderberg with that win, incredible and emphatic. 6 tries to 0. Helderberg 38, Raiders at 6 at full time. Some highlights here, all action, some really entertaining tries as well from Helderberg. This time it was player we spoke about, Jandre Lucas, and it was the hands before that that was just so sensational. Incredible performance by Erki Lambrecht, the number 8, putting away speedster Jody Cool. Very unselfish play, nice short passes, always taking full advantage of overlaps. Here we see it again, and this was a really good try. Crowd favorite. Conway Pretorius, the captain, moved from lock to loose forward, linked up really nicely. Here he is again, causing all kinds of problems for the Raiders. Great support line, good little width as well, and got a brace, the captain.